This is a quick video in regards to the rental market at the moment. In this article that came out in the last week, there was actually an open for an inspection in the Campbelltown area in southwest Sydney. It was a four-bedder house, pretty standard, not too big, not flashy, for $530 a week, and over 200 people turned up to the open for inspection. Now, we have had a little bit of lockdowns and things like that in the past, but up until this point, there was at least a couple of weeks buffer until the last lockdown or clamp down with mask mandates and things like that. So I think this is just a true reflection on where the market's sitting at the moment with housing supply from the rental side of things. Now, yeah, it's just crazy. It was across the news. It was in the Daily Mail. It was on Channel 9, Channel 7. And really, there was just so many people, as far as TikTok is concerned, which is the Chinese platform that does the short videos. And you just saw the amount of congestion, and then police had to go in and shut it down. Now, if you want to look at it from my perspective as a real estate investor, we want to talk about my first property, which was based in Newcastle. And when I first initially bought the property, I purchased it for $440, and I ended up getting $450 rent for it per week. Now, when we opened it for inspection, it was at the end of January 2021. I purchased it, I signed the contract just before Christmas in 2020. Now, at that time, we were thinking maybe we could get a, say, $430 to, say, $420 rent for the property based on all of the other areas, and it was a big block, had a massive garage, really good side access, long driveway, brick property. So we thought we could get that. Then we thought we'd try and test the waters at the $450 mark. We ended up getting 5 applications for rent inside of the first inspection, inside of the first week. It was to the point where we didn't even need to do a second inspection, and at least half of the people applying, had either decent income, solid jobs, or strong savings or rental records. So that was our experience for Maria and I on my first property. And then we had this year, within 12 months, the next lease has gone up to $475. So we're seeing strong rental rises in that market at the moment. It's a property just between Newcastle and the Maitland area, in and around the Beresfield market. Okay, my second property is in the Ipswich area in Brisbane. And again, property came in at $388 total. It's a 4-bedroom, 1-bath, double living room with a really long driveway and side access, with a really big block and flat backyard. Everything's pretty much redone in the property, so we thought we'd test the waters in and around kind of that $380, $390 mark, but then we saw that there was only really 2 other rentals in the market, and it was actually we rushed the settlement just before Christmas of last year in 2021. Now, we had a week and a half from the time that I settled the deal to Christmas. Okay, so not many people are moving a week and a half before Christmas. Less people are, they're waiting till Christmas goes and then looking in the new year. Okay, we had, again, 4 applications. We had Air Force guy that was pushing for a second inspection. He was on really big money. He was going to be our 5th application inside of only a couple of days, and I think 3 or 4 out of the 5 wanted to move in straight away. So if we had this maybe a month out from Christmas, I have no doubt we would have had 10 applications with people offering higher than the rent that we were asking for, so at $400 a week. So that was the experience on the second one. The third one is in the southern market of Brisbane, and again, big block, 3-bedder house, fully done with a really big back deck, with nothing more to be done on the property. Now, when we bought the property, there was a renter in at $340 per week, and we could just tell that it was under rented. And look, I'm not a greedy landlord. I just want to make sure that my the rent that I'm getting is the market rent. So then we researched what the maximum rent increase we could do in that current market, and then that's what we did. We bumped it up $50 a week. And I made sure that they did that prior to me settling the deal, because I was actually going to walk out because there was a risk. The lease was coming up, and you have to give a certain amount of notice to the next lease, and that was inside of my settlement period. So if the seller didn't put a rental increase in, they actually had the right to stay on the current rent because we didn't give them enough notice, and then I would have been down $50 a week for a year, so just short of over $5,000. So we ended up getting the rent from $340 up to $390. And look, I really wanted to be at this property at around $400 to $410. And again, if I put that up on the rental market, I think there was 3 rentals in the whole suburb at that time. And again, I think I could have gotten a $400 to $410, and the purchase price of that one was $405. So this is really just talking about the rental markets at the moment. Go on Facebook, go on the first home buyers groups, go on the buy, sell and swap groups. It's happening across Newcastle, Wollongong, because I'm based in Sydney. I'm seeing this in the orange market. You're seeing all of these Sydney-siders move out into the outer suburbs, and essentially they can price all the locals out. And you've got all the locals complaining about the Sydney people going out with more dollars and offering higher rents. And we're seeing this across markets. I'm seeing a lot more. I'm probably in 100 different buy and swap, sell and swap groups, because I love getting the feeling on what people are saying and what people are across a lot of markets. And I'm seeing a lot more people, if they're getting moved out of a rental, they're submitting 10, 50, 100 applications over a 6-month period, and they're not able to find a rental at the moment unless they move out of their area into a cheaper area, which no one wants to do. So this is what we're seeing in the market at the moment. This is a quick video on the rental market. This is showing you what's happened on the news, what's happening in my personal investment journey, and what we're seeing across the country. This is not a new phenomenon. And look, the housing supply is only going to get shorter, and there's not enough new homes being built at the moment. So, investors out there are getting good rental yields, and, we're taking on the risk. And at the end of the day, as long as we're getting a market rent and what people are willing to pay, then that's a good thing. All right, so we'll see you on the next video. All right, then, bye.